Okay, so this is page 4. We'll quickly take up page 4 and 5, and then I'll let you guys work on the continue working on the review. So I would say page 4 and 5 is like the minimum that you need to know for the test. These are the basic 9 questions that you just have to know. Okay, it doesn't take long, as you can see. So for example, given a graph, can you come up with the equation of this? So in any equation, as you know, you need M and you need B. So looking at this graph right here, what's my y-intercept? Kaden, 3. And then since I gave you 2 points right here, what's my rise and what's my run? 5 over negative 5 over 1. That's right. It is a common mistake that people do because they see the rise over run. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the run is 1 over. So negative 5 over 1. When I write my equation, remember I can simplify it. So this is just simply negative 5x plus 3. Okay. This question, if you see it on the test, it may be a question on the multiple choice because it's so quick. It should take you a minute to do this question. Yeah. No. Yeah, I do prefer just negative 5 when you simplify it. Okay. And then here, given the slope and y-intercept, write the equation. So it's simply just y equal negative 3 over 4x plus 6. And that is all. Just replacing the m and b. So what about when you're given an equation? Can you tell me what is m and what is b then? Ethan?
The m will equal to negative 6 and b is
Good. Okay. A lot of people like to write this. Whoops. A lot of people like to write. I don't have a pencil. Oh, okay, let me find it. Okay. A lot of people like to write this, negative 6x. Is that wrong? Yes. Okay, remember m, your slope is only the measure of steepness, so we don't say the steepness of the line is 6x. We simply just say the steepness of the line is 6 and it's negative direction. Okay, rearrange this equation so that you can tell me what the slope and y-intercept is. So y equals mx plus 3, 4, which means I am moving that 3x over. When I move that 3x over, it becomes negative 3x. And then now I have to move that negative 6 over. What do I do with that negative 6? Yep, divide. So divide everything by negative 6. Divide everything by negative 6. So final answer, y equal, Con? Perfect, 1 over 2x. And then here, I don't want to see plus minus 3. It's just simply minus 3, like this. Right? So have I answered the question? No, yeah. So it was asking you to state the slope and y-intercept. So make sure after you rearrange it, you answer the question. So your slope, 1 over 2, and my y-intercept, negative 3. All right. Question?
Are you saying the slope and y-intercept already inside the equation?
Based on this equation? Oh, based here? Well, some people know how to write it, but they will still write 1 over 2x, for example, for me. Or they will write that y-intercept is 3. So this tells me that you actually understand what slope and y-intercept stands for. Okay. Given this equation, find the intercepts. Okay, so to find x-intercept, what do I do? To find the x-intercept, yep. Yeah, let y equal 0. Right? So if this part is 0, Anything times 0, that's gone. So that means I'm just left with 15x equals 225. Divide that by 15. So x equals 225 divided by 15. You get 15. Okay, what's my coordinate here? Kaden? 15, 0. Okay, good. Okay, similarly, I'm going to do to find y-intercept. Adrina, to find y-intercept, what do I let?
Let x.
Perfect. Let x equal 0. Okay, when x is 0, anything times 0, that's gone. So what am I left with? Negative 5y equals 225. Okay, divide that by negative 5. So y equals 225 divided by negative 5. I get negative 45. So what's my intercept here? What's my coordinate? Yep.
Wait, 0,
0, negative 45. Good, because your y is negative 45. Okay, so there you go. There's my two intercepts. Okay, and then if I were to graph it, I can make my line. Okay. Next one. Given two coordinates, find the equation of the line. So this is what I was saying. You will see for sure on the test because one of the mathematical questions. Okay. When you're given two coordinates, what do you do to find the slope? Sarah? The formula. Do you remember the formula though? What is it?
y2 minus y1 over x2 over x.
Right. What happens if you make it your own formula? Yeah. Okay. So make sure you don't make it your own. It doesn't work. Okay. So this point, I'm going to call it x1, y1. This point, I'm going to call it x2, y2, so that you know how to substitute the numbers in. So y2, 16. Make sure you put in brackets because otherwise you might miss the negative signs. Okay. And then x2 is 12. X1 is negative 8. So when you simplify it all, 16 minus negative 6 is 22. And then 20, so 22 over 20. Okay. Is this a good answer? What can I do? Risha? Simplify it to 11 over 10. Right. I think I gave a question similar in class the other day, and a lot of you guys forgot to simplify. Always simplify if you can. Okay, so now that I know what M is, I need to figure out what B is. Alright, I need to figure out B. So I'm gonna choose one of these points. Which point looks like it's the nicer point to use? Yeah.
The first one.
Oh, this one? Really? Okay, I would have chose this one just because it's positive numbers. Okay, but again, doesn't matter which point I choose. Okay, and what's your justification? Let's say this is a communication question on the test. Why does it not matter which point I use? You're trying to find the equation of the line. And where are those 2 points? On the line, right? Okay, so since both points are on the equation of the line, it shouldn't matter which point you choose. Okay, so let's say I choose this one, so 16. M, as we said, was 11 over 10. X is 12. And then I have the plus B, which is what I'm trying to solve. Okay, so 16 equal 11 times 12 divided by 10 doesn't go in evenly. So 6 6 and 5, 66 over 5. Did I do anything wrong? Did I make a mistake? You got it? Okay, good. I was thinking, why did I give you guys such bad numbers? Okay. Okay, and then to move it over to the other side, b equals 16 minus 66 over 5. Okay, going back to chapter 1, when you add or subtract fractions, you need lowest common denominator. So 16 times 5 is 80. 80 minus 66, you get 14. So b equals 14 over 5. Okay, lowest common denominator. So 16 times 5 is 80. 80. So this 16 is the same as 80 over 5. So 80 over 5 minus 66 over 5 is 14 over 5. And I'm going to get full marks for this question because I did so much math. Ethan.
Since like I just divided 22 by 20 and stuff, and I got decimal and then used that.
Okay. Can you use decimals? No, you lose marks for decimals. When can you use decimal? When the question has decimals in it. Alright, so this one, nope, you have to use fractions. Yep.
For this question, do you have to make it improper or can you make it mixed?
As long as it's fraction. Okay, so no decimals. If you use decimal, you're gonna lose marks. Okay, and in fact, I'm losing more than just the decimal mark right here. I did so much work though. Why am I still losing marks? Yeah, Sarah? Right. Read the question carefully. You have to find the equation. I found B. I did a lot of work, but don't stop there. You did the hardest part, which was finding what M is, finding what B is, and so now you just have to put it together. So Y equal 11 over 10 plus 14 over 5. Okay, am I gonna get full marks now? Some says yes. Melissa. X. Okay. Okay, so I'm making these silly mistakes on purpose because I know you guys will make those silly mistakes. Okay, so don't make those silly mistakes. You did all that work, and it's not it's not good to lose marks on these silly parts. Okay, number 7. What is the slope of a horizontal line? Horizontal line. What's the slope? Not everybody at once. Melissa. 0, right? M equals 0. So can you give me an equation of when M equals 0? 2. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And then what about vertical line? What's the slope for vertical line? Ethan. Undefined. And can you give me an example?
X equals 2.
Perfect. Okay. Good. Okay, and you can tell that this is y equal because when m is 0, you can think of it as y equals 0x plus 2, which then is just the y equals 2. Okay. And then because m is undefined here, that's why you don't have a y equal. Okay. Okay, yesterday we talked about this one. Given the table, what is the equation of this linear relation? Okay. The way how I set up the table is giving you guys a hint. What is the hints right there? Melody? You work backwards. Okay, so you see, what's the pattern right here? By threes, right? Going down by threes, so this number would be 0. Okay, same thing right here. If you're working backwards, what's the pattern here? Adding 2 or minus 2 or what is it?
That's adding.
Adding to, right?
No, but it's going down.
Yeah, the way. Oh yeah.
Why can't the arrow go down?
Because we're trying to go backwards in one row, and usually when we do first difference, we also always say subtracting backwards. Yeah. So here that means if you 3 plus 2, you get the 5. Okay, why did I need that row? What was the purpose of that, Adrina? This graph starts at 0 what? What's the coordinate here?
Oh, 0.
Right, so that means my B is at 5. Okay, and now I can figure out my slope. Remember, slope is difference in y divided by difference in x, rise over run. So difference in y. But by the way, in science, do you guys know the symbol? What is this symbol called in science?
Yeah,
Triangle. Starts with a D. So yeah, delta, right? Delta y divided by delta x, which means simple in simpler words, difference in y over difference in x. Right? And just like right here, difference in y over difference in x. Okay. So difference in y we said was 2. Difference in x we said was -3. And so there's your slope. Oh, yeah. So -2 over 3. Okay. Don't forget y equal your equation. So what's my equation? Kaden.
-2 over 3.
Perfect. You got it right? No? Oh.
I put 2 over negative.
Oh, it's the same thing. Yeah. So your negative tells you that the whole fraction is negative. So it doesn't matter if the negative is on the top, on the side, or on the bottom, as long as one negative makes the whole fraction negative.
Like you're falling, how we work this up again, you can choose.
Okay, so you know how we say like if it's -2 over 3, that means we're going down 2 and 3 to the right. So if it's 2 over -3, then we go up 2 and 3 to the left. Which will no still no. So here, this okay, so 5. So I could say down 2, 1, 2, and then over 3, 1, 2, 3. Or I can say up 2 because positive 2, and then 3 to the -3 means 3 to the left. And so you see, you still get the same line. Yes, no, maybe? Okay, yeah.
Does it not matter with like the 2 negative and 3 negative?
Doesn't matter. Yeah. It's just that usually we put that negative to the numerator. Okay. Last one. Given the graph, draw a line with a steeper slope and lower y-intercept. Where did we see this question before? Martin. Good question. So you have to get to 0. Or better yet, in a table of value, how many, so remember these are just coordinates. So technically, how many points did they give you here in this table? They gave you 3 points. Well, this one, I only gave you 2 points, and you know what to do. So you could have solved it this way as well. Just choose any of the 2 points and do this method to get your equation. This method that I did here is just that because it was nice and easy to do. Okay, so again, I could have just said 3 and 3 and 6 and 1 and used the math way. Okay. Okay, back to number 9, the last question. Draw a line that is steeper. So steeper mean? Catherine, steeper mean what?
The absolute value of the slope is greater than 1/3.
Okay, but I have no number right here. So graphically, what should I do?
More vertical.
More vertical, right? And it needs the lower y-intercept. So I'm going to start maybe like right here. And then just draw a more steeper line like this. and done. Okay. How many of you got all those 9 questions correct? Okay, how many of you took less than 30 minutes to complete these 9 questions? Less than 20 minutes? Less than 15 minutes? Less than 10? Wow, okay, good. Okay, I would say these 9 questions should take you less than 20 minutes. Okay, so if it took you longer than 20 minutes, that means you need more practice so that you can speed up on the test. Okay, good job. So work on page 6 and 7. 6, 7. The these ones right here, it wants you to graph. So create a graph from -6 to +6. So something like this. You can graph all of these on one. Actually, no, you can't. You can't. Why can't I graph all these lines on one graph? Because we're shading. That's right. Okay. If it was just lines, yeah, you can graph everything on one. But because we're shading, we can't. Okay. So when you do your graph, just do like 6 to -6 to +6 to -6 like this, and then graph each one of these. All right. Just 4 graphs. Nice and simple. This one, don't forget you have to rearrange it into y equals mx plus b form, and then shade. And then here, figure out the equation of these ones, and then more questions like this. Okay. So page 6 and 7 for homework. You have the rest of the class to try to get as much done as possible.